Right, it's time for some shopping with old Trace. We've got a summon to get, we've got a new staff, we've got a new armor set. I just want to check what sorceries we've got as well, because I think there's a couple of new ones we wanted to get as well. Have we got Carrion Piercer? We have. Why isn't that equipped? Also, Loretta's Great Bow is just generally useful. We also need memory stones. Trace needs many memory stones. So we've got a lot of things to get on with. So let's go do it, I guess. Let's begin near this converted fringe tower, because I think there might be something going on there. At the very least, there might be a memory stone in it. That would be lovely. We've probably got a better spell than Magic Glint Blade, haven't we? We should look into that as well. I should have looked into that whilst we were there, but there you go. Let's see how we get on against this lad. Oops, caught us there. I guess Torrent's out of this fight. But it's fine. Down he goes. You gonna drop anything exciting for us? No. You're just an obstacle. So now what? May Erudition light the way. Oh, it's one of these. Have we got the right headgear? We've got a bunch of crowns, that's good. And have we got the right emote? I would assume we've got Erudition somewhere. There it is. Let's see how this works out for us. Hey! It opened the seal. Lovely. So yeah, that's how that works. Now we can go back to our silly helmet that we should probably replace at some point. Now, do we get a memory stone out of this place? Because that'd be nice. I think we get sorcerers out of this place, which is also very good. Oh my god, it's a ball. It's a ball of faces. Whatever shall we do? There we go. That's the ball of faces out of the way. Doesn't drop anything for us, but that's fine. Up we go. We know how these towers work, more or less. And at the top we find a chest. Good, good. The Cannon of Hymer and the Gavel of Hymer. It's not quite a sword, but it's a big magical weapon. And that's kind of Trace's thing now, when it comes to magic. So that could be very good down the line, once we've got more slots available to us. Let's have a look. So the cannon lobs an explosive magic projectile, that's cool. And yeah, attacks using a magic great hammer. Allows a follow-up attack. Cool. And then we've got all our sword sorceries down here. Yeah, it doesn't look as though we've got any better glint blades, but there are better ones out there. Does the Church of Vows sell us any? Old Turtle Pope. Let's go see our friend and see what he says. Oh dear, he's not here. You know what that means. We can do good damage. Oh, there's the shield slam. Fair enough. Let's have a quick sit. Get out of this way. Ah! Yeah, I knew that was some sort of fist grab thing, but it didn't help us avoid it, did it? But this guy's not so tough now. Looks like circling around him's always nice, although I've got to start watching out for those shields. Come on. Yeah, staying in close, circling around him. Not so bad. But then the shield slam hits us every time because I'm not getting out of the way. Oh, he's got a charge attack as well, has he? That's fine. Getting an attack. Shield slam. Oh, he's got an Explodo after the shield slam. Very nice. Down he goes. Yeah, you weren't so bad for a change. I guess we're stronger now. And we got the Meat Peddler's bell bearing. That doesn't sound terribly useful, but thanks anyway. At least we won't have to worry about him ever again coming here on trace. So that's 1 in about 24 times where we won't have to worry about him. What's up, Pope?
Greetings.
Now, do you have any better glint blades for us? You've got glint blade phalanx. That's definitely better. But then, is there an even better one that we can get from the Evergaol over on the other side of Liurnia? Maybe. Yeah, it looks like we've barely explored Western Liurnia with Old Trace. So there might be a magical tower for us over here, as well as an Evergaol. Because there's no point getting all these fancy spells if we're not going to be able to equip them. So what's our next target? It's probably just down the road, isn't it? I don't even need to mark it. Yeah, past the Sad Bat Orchestra. This should be the magic troll, I think. Cuckoo's Evergaol. We've already killed a troll. We can do it again. Although I should probably at least try and avoid his stamps rather than just standing there like a knobhead. Going well, as you'd expect, because we are rather higher level than you normally are when you get to Liurnia. Lovely. Now, do you have... You've got the Great Blade Phalanx. Is that going to be better or worse than the Glint Blade Phalanx? Probably better. So they're larger Glint Blades, but there's fewer of them. But it's higher int cost, so it's probably better. So maybe that last one we purchased was for no good reason. But now we've got a tower down there. We might also have a tower out there. So we might have to explore that, get some more memory stones. Did we get a memory stone from the tower in Caelid that's near Fort Pharos? I want to say no, just because of how few memory slots we've got. But I can't say it for sure. I suppose we could also kill the Erdtree avatar whilst we're over here. This looks like it'd be a good spot for farming those sheep as well. There's dozens of them. And it's right by the site of grace. So that's cool. Should we ever need a bunch of thin beast bones or slivers of meat? Although if you kill the first 2 bell-bearing hunters, that's all of those needs taken care of for you. Now this is the one where we just ride at the outside, don't we? Snag ourselves a nice memory stone in the process. Isn't there a boss or 2 that drop memory stones as well? I think there are. But I forget which ones and where. Oh, one of them's in the academy, isn't it? It's the red dog. Right, so having put on that new Glint Blade Phalanx, let's just go ahead and replace it with the Great Blade one right away. Let's pop on the gavel, because that seems like it might be fun to use. Who have we actually got leveled up? We haven't got many of our summons leveled up, have we? We've just got Lootle, up to +4. And maybe the rats? Rats up to +5. Let's give the rats a play. Why the heck not? Now we want you out of the way because you're going to cause trouble otherwise. Oh, how did you manage that, you cheeky baguette? Have some of that. Right then, Avatar. You're probably going to wipe out my rats in a hit. Here they come anyway. And here comes the rest of us. Me and my magic swords. Yeah, they did reasonable damage, I guess. Watch out, rats. Yeah, they tanked it. Left rows. Now, is that going to come for us or for them? Mostly us. Can't see shit. That's fine, I guess. Don't really need to try very hard on this boss. It's a bit low level now. We can tank its damage. And finish it with a crit. Stabbed it right in the face hole. Nobody likes to be stabbed in the face hole. Well done, rats. 2 of you survived. Good lads. Now that detour out the way, let's go and see if there is indeed a tower over there. Hello. Oh, map's been closed. Because this lad wants a piece. Oh, he nicks his braces. That'll teach him. One quick skip to the correct site of grace and we can press on. So we're looking at this island. Yeah, there's another tower on it. Good. Have we got a bow equipped? No. Probably because it takes into heavy load. Which means we need more endurance stat because the new suit of armour I've got planned is heavy. But yeah, here's the thing. Oops. Pop. Golden Rune 6. Nice easy way to get runes the first time you run through the area. And I've discovered this after having completed much of the game with everyone. But it might come in handy on any future characters I make. So I thought I'd show you. Might come in handy for your characters one day. If you ever eventually get around to playing the game, Alan. Right, so where are we at, Sam? Now we've got the old request for those lads. Yuki, you've been patiently sat in your chair. Why have you now decided you want to sit on me the second I start recording? You horrible goblin. Right, let me hold the controller up here and move this cable over here. And hopefully he'll settle down. Are you going to settle down, Yuki man? Or are you just going to sabotage Sammy's recording for the day? We've got that marker over there for old Juno. I suppose we should head towards it. Now, have we dealt with the Mariner? No, because the beast eye is quivering. Right. There it is. And there's one of these horrible snakes. So we'll get rid of that. Might be another one hanging around somewhere. And we'll do a bit of damage here. Well, we can. Let old snake friend get caught up in that. And back on the attack. And then we'll run out of stamina. And then we'll get whomped good and proper. That's fine, we've got flasks for days. Down goes old Tibbs. Lovely stuff. Now, should we make our way down and get the Castle Salt Site Grace? We're going to need it at some point. Might have to go through a Deathrite bird to get there, though. We usually do. But that's fine, we can just ignore the bugger and run away. Is that a safe drop? Slightly concerned about the size of these drops, what with the reasonable amount of runes about our person. And lovely, we're over here. Now, what's going on with you? Usual business. We'll clear you up just whilst we're here, because I'm sick of your bonging. Oh, come on, we're miles away from that. No, we haven't got a terribly high level mimic, so we could probably do is getting some more glove warts at some point. But we did also have that marker for old Juno, so we should probably go and deal with Juno. What happens if we just go west? We run into the Deathrope Bird, but then getting past the Deathrope Bird, I guess we can get up the hill? Probably not. We're probably best off going back to the old Snow Valley ruins. Right, see how old Juno feels about double twin blade action. Yep, very good. Now, take some punishment, you horrible bugger. Nice. Ah, come on. We're in trouble. We need a sup. Ah, come on now. Yep, we're over here. Oh, that was a nice one. Ah, and then he just combos us to death. Son of a gun. It's hard to get that mad though when you've got a little Yuki man sat in your lap. Even if he is causing me to hold the controller up in a spot where I normally wouldn't. So it's entirely his fault that we lost that, really. But that's fine. It's being a little cutie, so... Jesus, that was a lot of damage for just a shout. Which means we come into this fight minus a bunch of HP. Thanks for that, bat. Right. Bam. That's a good start, mate. Let's keep the pressure on. And then let's run out of stamina. It's bound to happen eventually. But we're doing alright. We're getting the job done. And the job is now done. Good stuff. That's a whole bunch of gear and whatnot. We should probably look at getting you a proper suit of armour, you know, Sam. So you haven't really got one yet. Heroes Rune 5, is that the 35k one? Yeah, I'm just wondering about getting enough runes to level up again. We could use Heroes Rune 1 probably to get another 10k. I've got a suit of armour in mind for you. That much is true. Because I feel like it's not going to be a terribly difficult one for us to steal. And as you started off as a bandit, it would be kind of fun to just sneak in, steal a suit of armour and then run away while saying, "See you later, suckers." But I also want to get the first Church of Marika Site of Grace so that we can fight Borealis properly at some point. Because I can't be bothered with opening Spirit Caller Cave right now. But there's the church. Borealis is bound to show up in a minute and cause a blizzard and ruin our day. But we know where the church is, so that should be fine. Glad I sighted on the old church before he showed up, because that would otherwise have been a bit tricky. Now it's just going to stand over there and look stupid, I imagine. Somber Stone Miners Bell Bearing 3. Very nice. Did we pick that up when we were here earlier? Maybe not. But I'm glad to have found it. Because Somber 5 and 6 are now going to be easy to grab. Now, do we have any decent gloveworts about our person? No, missing ghost glovewort 5, 6 and 7. So maybe we want to go underground to get some of those. Alright, let's pop this old sacred tear before I forget. There we go. Plus 10 now. So we're missing a sacred tear. So we should be at plus 11 at this point. Where haven't we been? Been to Church of the Plague. And that's usually the suspect I would expect. So if it's not there, it's probably Altus. But no, we've been to both the Altus ones. Been to Inhibition. We've been to Bellum. Where have we missed out on a sacred tear? Oh, no we hadn't. We had a spare one in my inventory after all. Lovely. Now, what's our next goal?